It's when you start throwing me outside the Vikings bubble. That's when I'll have a little bit of issues keeping up.
Exactly.
One thing that I'm not excited for at all, and that is the Stefon Diggs drama. Dude, this guy needs to grow the fuck up.
I know.
I'm going to say it now. Jake, I feel like you have the journalism degree, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe I should honorarily be awarded a journalism degree. You want to know why, Jake?
Why?
Because Stefon Diggs, immediately after the Kirk Cousins re-signing news came out, he posted like an emoji like this, right?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went out there and I wrote a blog immediately on 10,000takesmn.com saying, why is Diggs unhappy that the Vikings re-signed Kirk? Because Diggs' best years have come when Kirk was throwing him the ball.
Yep.
And B, it's not Kirk's fault that they're not throwing the ball a million times a game. That's Zimmer's fault, and that's Stefanski's fault from last year. That's not his fault. So why are you complaining so much? I pretty much put that out in the blog. I had a few people message me back saying, like, I'm pretty sure that's just Diggs reacting to the Hopkins news. I don't think that's anything to worry about. Well, lo and behold, Jake, and behold, 2 hours later, Stefon Diggs tweets out, it's time for a new beginning. A Vikings fan replies to that and says something along the lines of saying, hey, everyone, don't worry. He's still a Viking for the next 4 years. Let's let him vent. Diggs responds to that tweet and says, nah, this ain't one of them times, champ. Something's going to happen. Meaning that he wants to be gone from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Which is like, dude, I can understand you want this to happen, but the more you go on Twitter and complain about it, the less your value becomes to like other teams trading for you. They're just going to go to the Vikings and be like, hey, Diggs doesn't want to play there. Here's a third-round pick. And the Vikings are going to be like, no, we don't. We need way more than a third-round pick for Diggs.
Right.
And because of this, he's just making this trade not happen at all, because if he was just quiet about it, the Vikings would go and say, hey, we might like to get rid of Diggs. And they get a first-round pick in exchange. That's a huge thing. But Diggs has no leverage at all in the situation, being signed to 4 more years with the Vikings. Even if Diggs says, I'm not going to play for you and I'm sitting out, okay, if I'm Spielman, I'm calling his bluff and I'm saying sit out the next 4 years of your career. Like sit out the next 4 years of your career because you're not going to do that. You're going to play for us. Call his fucking bluff out. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I just don't get why he's going on Twitter. He's just kind of a baby. And, the Vikings are sitting there. I know he can do whatever he wants, but the Vikings, ownership is just sitting there, face palming, doing exactly what his meme was. It's like, dude, or like they're just like, or they're just I mean, come on, like they're just not. They're not.
Why is he
not
taking shots at Cousins? It's not Cousins' fault. I don't understand that.
And in fact, like Diggs had a good year last year. I know at the beginning he was frustrated, but then they were targeting him more, and he had some great catches down the stretch, especially in New Orleans. Like he had some great catches. He had some great games.
Diggs also had 6 drops and 4 fumbles last year. How about some accountability for your own shit?
Know.
Those 4 fumbles were huge, and I think we lost every single fumble that he had. There were huge moments in games, but it's Kirk's fault? No, hold on to the football, Diggs.
I know.
He dropped the ball at some very easy catches last year that he normally makes. Don't get me wrong. The dude was electric, one of the best deep threats in the whole league, and he made some amazing plays. But he definitely didn't seem like his head was 100% into it all the time, especially with those drops and especially with those fumbles.
No, I still remember some games, whether it was like Green Bay or just some of those bigger games throughout the season. I remember he was like, there was a couple big where he had, I think it was against Chicago. I think it was that brutal 16-6 game we lost. And it was like, I think it was like 9-0, near the end of the first half. And Cousins made a nice connection to Diggs. Diggs was pouncing in, was at the 30-yard line. He was going to break into Chicago. He was definitely into Chicago. He broke into Chicago territory, and he was going to be tackled. But he literally, all you had to do was secure the ball. A guy came up behind him, a Bears defender, and knocked the ball out, and that just ruined any momentum. That ruined 3 points right there at least. Yeah. And there was,
to even bring you back to even like a more recent example, the Vikings were leading the Saints in a playoff game, and because Diggs wasn't getting the targets he wanted, he was throwing his helmet on the sidelines when his team was winning a playoff game. This isn't about you, and this isn't about your stats. This is about winning a Super Bowl and having the team play together. If you're not getting the targets, who cares if you're winning? You said that yourself, Stefon. And now it's like, I'm not getting my targets, but my team's winning a playoff game. I'm going to let everyone know how angry I am.
Yeah.
Does he want to play for Bill Belichick? Do you think Bill Belichick's going to allow that?
No, not at all. Not at all. And a lot of teams won't put up with that. They might put up with it for a while just to have that talent, but they'll eventually get tired of it. It's like a Jimmy Butler situation in a way. I don't think he's as bad
Or
as a Jimmy
Antonio
Butler.
Brown in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And he's trying to
I
be.
mean, we are near calling him Antonio Brown Jr.
I know it's bad. It's like he wants to be Antonio Brown Jr. It's like he wants to take
Yes.
on that ego or that character of being that super high, super super emotional, angry player that gets emotional about things and gets attention for it. I think he just wants attention, and he's a great athlete, but I think a lot of it's just immature for the game, and just overall just makes him look like an idiot, and it just makes you look dumb, and people would start it just makes it just it's so disrespectful. People just don't respect you as much anymore.
And it's not. Well, neither you or I are saying that that Stefon Diggs is a bad player.
No.
What we're saying is he needs to be more of a team player. The dude got over 1,000 yards each of the last 2 years when Kirk was his quarterback. The previous 3 years before it, he never touched 1,000 yards. Kirk is the guy, and Kirk's a great quarterback. And if this off-the-field bullshit can subside and we can get Diggs on the field and we can actually install the passing game just a little bit more, I think that's going to mean nothing but great things for the team.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he just needs to wake up a little bit, and I don't think he knows how good he has it here. Quite frankly, I think he just wants to go to another team, thinking, I'm going to go to another team. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better targets. I'm going to be the guy there. I'm going to be around a better quarterback. We're going to win a Super Bowl. It's like, well, it's fine. You can do that here. I don't think you realize how good you have it here, man. Like the
Vikings picked you in the
bit.
5th round. No one else believed in you.
I know.
And the Vikings picked you because they believed in you. But now it's just like, well, fuck them and fuck Kirk. It's like,
yeah,